Hello, and welcome to First and Last.
Claire,
Claire, we're starting. You started it.
I am Josh, and I am with Joe
hey man.
and C. Zinda. Sorry,
Hey.
sorry, Claire Z.
Oh, yeah, you like to say my whole name. Are you going to bleep that?
Great.
Nah. And also with the Jimmyest Jam in the whole world, Jimmy.
What is up?
Yo, how you doing, Jimmy?
Pretty good. Living life.
That's good. You shouldn't be not living life.
He has a
I'd be
great sweater outfit combo going on.
Thanks.
Like, you just looking all put
Did you
together.
say gray
today.
sweater or great sweater?
Great.
Okay.
I
Let's
need
just say
to-
grape.
Oh,
Grape
grape.
sweater.
Grape flavored
Grape
sweater.
Have you been licking Jimmy's sweater?
Just a little bit.
Now I want like a deep purple cardigan.
Ooh.
I want to scratch and sniff sweater.
I need to turn my phone
I want
off.
you to turn your phone down.
I'm sorry.
Super
I'm
unprofessional.
the worst
God.
guest ever.
We have you on for a special.
Claire, I am all caps, always professional.
Oh, my coworkers.
This is already
I
out
don't
of
think
hand.
they listen to this.
We've already. Okay, what are we doing today, guys?
Today's a special episode. We talked
We've run
about
out of TV shows.
Oh, yep. No TV. 25 TV shows was the max we could do. But no, we're done with season 1. So instead of jumping directly into season 2 of First and Last, we are doing a recap episode. What does that mean?
Recap.
Yeah.
Edit that out. Edit that out.
That's gonna be the intro music, the middle music.
It won't though.
I'm not putting just recap. Don't worry, Jimmy. You're gonna be all over this podcast. Joe, what are we doing today?
We're gonna look back.
Look back.
I was gonna say look past, but I really meant to say look back. We're gonna look back over 25 episodes of First and Last and see what we learned. Talk about our favorites, our least favorites. Maybe hand out some awards, like it's the end of high school. Is that when superlatives are done?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like cutest couple, and
Most likely to go to the WWE.
No one gets that.
most likely to get a spin-off.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, we
Claire.
didn't
What I
know
should've thought of.
that.
Claire's most
Yeah.
likely to get a spin.
Hey.
We're gonna look back in some fond memories.
Right? Yeah.
The ups, the downs.
I'm in.
What I'm saying is it's gonna be a clip show, so if you're not prepared for that,
Would you imagine
maybe
if
fast forward.
Would you imagine if right now we just stopped talking like now and I just edited in just 35 minutes of clips from
Okay, I'm not gonna
the
lie.
last season?
I'd probably like it.
It would be. I mean, you've listened to me for 25 episodes. If you're still here, and that's my nightmare. So
It's just 40 minutes of each person saying the word like over and over again.
Oh, torture.
Every time we say like.
it's a remix of Jimmy saying recap.
Oh man.
That was kind of the best.
I'm not mad about it. So where do we start? What do we how do we look
Did we
back?
do
fondly?
joys and concerns? I have some random. I have some.
Jimmy, Joe sent full disclosure, guys, listeners. Joe sent an email out, and at some point he wrote joys and concerns.
Joe's very organized.
Yeah.
We're
At
actually
my-
pretty organized. Podcast.
At my church as a kid, like there was a section for like joys and concerns where like anyone could just talk,
Your highs and lows.
I mean, you got to tell everyone how the Lord is working within your life.
I guess.
Yeah.
It was just stuff just like little Timmy lost his first tooth and people clap, and then it's like, I think the bathroom's too cold, and that's like, oh yeah, we should handle that.
usually it's
Well, I
like
could talk
way
about
too
the bathroom
hot, right?
here. I got a couple gripes.
In my
I
apartment?
mean, what?
Got some
No.
concerns?
Sorry.
No. Actually, no. Let's go through the bathroom thing really quick.
I spoke
need
too
a-
soon.
we need
Is it too cold in Josh's
It's a
bathroom,
little
Claire?
bit. It's a little bit cold. The toilet seat is high. You
I
probably
can't
High?
control that.
Josh is a very tall man.
And I'm also very tall.
You need like a squatty potty for it, like
do not
just for
need a
normal
squatty
use.
potty.
Should you get you a stool so when you want to take a poop in my fucking
We'll get
bathroom?
you a special.
It's not
You
like I
could
have
just
to, like,
lean
climb
into
up
the
the side
bathtub
with,
if you
like-
want.
How?
I'm condoning.
Oh,
Just
you
lean
like
over.
lean in? No,
Yeah, just
I've-
lean in.
Who's gone to the bathroom
just
in
lean
the
on in there.
in the tub?
Are you kidding?
Wait.
Josh, every day he showers.
Do you mean peeing or pooping?
Either or.
Oh, I pee every time I shower.
You got Lysol?
One or two.
What would spraying Lysol?
Okay, I have some random stats.
Sorry.
I have some random season 1 stats.
Yes,
Oh
I love
yeah.
Just a few. Okay. Longest episode we did was Alias at an hour and 27 minutes.
Was that because we had a lot to say, or we just lost track of time?
I think there was talk. I just listened to part of this today.
Oh,
I
nice.
was prepping.
Nice.
And there was talk about like a lot of side combos.
I thought that was a really great
but
conversation.
that one
It was
spurred a
great.
lot of
I wasn't mad about it.
That one spurred a lot of feelings about a lot of other things.
I was gonna bring it up, but you kind of felt uncomfortable during the pod, so I don't want to
I did?
Yeah, I don't want to bring up.
What was he uncomfortable about?
Well, you didn't want your dad to hear about it. You had some thoughts. It was a Valentine's Day moment.
Right. Oh, that was at Valentine's Day.
We don't need to re-bring it up.
Okay, the
I mean, not a
shortest
clip or
episode.
anything.
We'll edit in the clip.
Please do. That was great.
I'm
Come
not,
on, man.
If there's anything listeners for surely know about this podcast is that I edit it and I don't go that deep. If we said it, it's going in.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, the shortest episode was episode 1, Frasier. It was like 48
Oh.
minutes.
48 minutes, really?
Yeah, super short.
We were just
Wow.
getting our pod legs.
Getting our
though.
bearings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were shy back then.
I don't know if we'll ever.
Maybe you just were like time committed or had a plan.
I think we were just shy boys.
Looking back, I feel like it didn't feel that short. Like it felt like a good amount of time.
I mean, every night we do this podcast feels like fucking 8 hours because we
Yeah.
watched 2 episodes of a TV show.
Right. That's
so
true. It's a big commitment. Let's
we
see.
argue for 75 minutes about what food we're gonna get.
Our most watched episode is episode 1, Frasier, because everyone just loves Frasier so much.
they should.
Adore.
There is a Frasier renaissance.
It was
coming.
also episode 1, so it's been out the longest.
Yeah, it's also just like time is on its side.
Least, I'm not sure if you figure out exactly if it's Stargate SG1, which is also, was that like number 4, I think.
4th episode, yep.
So that's been on a long time. No one's biting on Stargate SG1.
I don't blame him.
It was that, or what was the other one that?
Entourage?
Oh, Entourage.
Episode
we
2.
We can maybe talk about more
But
about
that
Entourage
was a really
later.
funny one to listen to. Your banter was good
Thank
in
you.
Entourage. It was
Thank
good
you.
banter.
I think a hard thing about a TV podcast show is that we put the show on there, and if the show sucks, people know like they don't like that show, so they're gonna listen to one of the shows we did. That's a show that they've actually watched and because they liked it.
Yeah. But for example, I feel like sometimes when the show's so bad, like Felicity, for instance, or just an example.
That show's fucking great.
That,
We'll get to
that
that.
sometimes it might be funny because some people
don't
might be
even
mad
know.
about it.
You
Yeah.
don't even know.
I don't. I
actually haven't watched
I
them all,
generally,
so-
I mean, I edit, so I re-listened to most of it, but like at the same time, I just didn't. I haven't re-listened to that episode just because like I don't want to relive.
You
know you're gonna
yell
be mad.
about clips for like 40
I
minutes.
think it's really funny to listen
Run the clip
to.
where he yells about clips.
Well, hold on 2 seconds.
Okay.
No, we're good.
Okay.
19 minutes. Okay.
Okay. My last random stat is that we had 4 guest hosts in season 1, although one of those is Claire,
Hey.
and she's kind of become like if we're the 3 anchors, she's like the weatherman.
Okay.
She's
Oh.
our Ron Bergen. No, wait. He's a
What a
newsman.
compliment.
She's our like
Brick. She's our brick.
she's our bricks.
Brick Tamlin.
It's awesome. She's our brick.
she's our
I'll
mentally
take it.
handicapped friend.
I mean,
That's
I
what
do
you
teach
just said.
special education.
She's holding a
so-
trident right now for some
She
reason.
does have a party in her pants. I've heard.
Is that from the show?
No, Joe
Sure.
just
I
been
think
telling
I'm the
stories
champ
about it.
kind, and Jimmy's the Paul Rudd. I don't remember Paul Rudd's name.
I'm really glad that eventually we're coming to the fact that I'm definitely on Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, I mean, you're the host, right? You're the one that's there every time.
We're
right?
all hosts.
Yeah.
Have you ever missed?
Well, no, because we do it at my apartment.
Well, that's interesting. You're the only
good
one
point.
that's been in all 25.
I am the only
That's
person
true.
that's been in every single episode.
So
And
you
it
guys-
does, it
so
does
your
smell of
opinion-
rich mahogany in here, so.
So sorry for the
There are
listeners
many
that are
leather
like, I
bound
really like
books.
Joe, I really like Jimmy, I really like Claire, and fucking if Josh should take a week off, please.
I know at least one of our listeners only listens to my episodes.
Oh, are you serious?
That's me.
Oh,
You jerk.
I know someone who won't listen to any that I'm in, and that's me. So we're the exact
Oh,
opposite.
you're missing out. There's some good ones.
Yeah.
I lived it.
you do okay.
That's what I hear. I've gotten some feedback. I don't know.
Next season, you'll
Stop
start
telling
listening to
everybody
your
what
own.
your brother does for a job, where he
I
lives.
did it. He
his
told me
family.
not to.
I know. I'm just kidding. It was great.
Jeez. Sorry, Luke.
We got any more stats?
Oh, that was my stats for
How-
season 1.
How many different places have people listen? Don't you have that on the...
I don't got that up.
Oh, that's fun to
Oh,
look
like
at.
the-
There's
like
like a
countries and
map
whatnot?
and
We
countries.
got some fun countries though. I think Australia likes us. Somebody in Russia likes us.
Oh,
Sweden.
Yeah, there was some
Oh.
like some what are they like Finnish.
The Norwegians.
What are you
talking about?
Isn't there a name for like Norway, Sweden, Finland?
Oofta? I'm sorry. That's a Minnesota reference.
Are you just say you
Our
be like stub your
ancest-
toe
the
and you go
ancestors
oofta?
No, but
Like they all
I
have
probably will
the like
after I live here
the
longer.
crown.
Oh, time out. We got some
I'll be down in a second.
food.
Oh shit, our food's here.
Oh,
Guess
is
what
it-
that means? We ain't stopping the podcast. Joe's gonna
That
go
was
get
super
food.
fast.
I thought
Yeah,
it was going to be 15
it was crazy
minutes.
fast.
So should we take a break now and then
You said we could take
this
all
is a
take
good
an
time.
ad break
This
and
is
then
a good time.
But wait,
and then go into our awards?
According
Yeah,
to your
yeah.
super organized and detailed email, this is a good time to take a break.
Yeah.
We'll get a word from our sponsors and we'll see you guys in a bit.
All right, sounds good. Go get our food, Joe.
Recap. And we're back.
Yep.
That's how we.
Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed our ad from our sponsor Papa John's.
We're never gonna get a sponsor.
Former
Joe.
NFL sponsor Papa John's.
Now they're just like, fuck it, we'll do first and last, I guess.
Hopefully you
We
just
can't get NFL, we'll get FNL.
Oh,
Oh, cute.
Oh.
God.
I'm
Pitch
gonna
that
put,
to
I'm
them,
gonna
pitch
put that
that
on
to
our
them.
press kit. Look, can't get NFL, you can get FNL. Then we'll get sued by the NFL.
All right, what are we doing now, Claire?
Oh, we're going to continue to follow Joe's spreadsheet. I feel like
He did make
if
a
I
spreadsheet.
remember this correctly, we're going to talk about the worst show. Now, is it the worst pod or is it the worst show that you
all
watched?
the
Neither.
fucking pods were great.
Okay,
It's the
JK, I
worst
loved them all.
The
episode.
pods are great, the shows are probably fine. It's the worst first and last.
Oh.
So it could be a good show, but like the first and last episode
They left us wanting,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, I feel like mine's the most obvious
That's the
one.
exercise here. I don't know.
You don't think mine's obvious?
I don't know. I narrowed mine for best and
His is
worst. I
obvious.
narrowed mine down to like nominees and then picked the winner.
I didn't even have to
It was
think.
tough.
I didn't even have to nominee. I knew my first and my last.
I know his
Okay.
last place.
Okay.
If
Claire-
you don't know his last place, you weren't listening.
You weren't. Claire, could you tell everybody what my least favorite FNL was?
Felicity.
You
Am
goddamn
I right?
right.
Okay.
I knew it. It shouldn't be. There were way worse shows that you watched and
Wait, so-
way worse pods.
Let's go around and all like spit out our worsts and then debate them
Okay.
Oh, good call.
And then we'll
Good
come
call.
back to Josh.
because maybe other people also have
Yeah,
that.
mine
So-
was Felicity. Jimmy?
Okay, I'll go, and I have to have a caveat because I really love this show, and the reason why it's my worst is because I thought you guys didn't love it the way you should, and it was The West Wing.
Oh.
I haven't listened to that yet.
Because I had such high, incredible hopes, and I felt like it just fell flat, and it just ruined.
Now I don't know if I want to listen to that episode.
Oh man,
I liked the West Wing.
Okay, well I can't wait to listen
the
to
show
it.
is so good.
It's
Okay.
such a great show.
We'll come
Okay,
back.
We're
okay,
coming
we'll
back.
come anyway.
Okay,
sorry, I'm sorry. I'm
Keep
getting
breaking
ahead.
Joe's rules.
My worst FNL out of 25 was Family Matters.
Mm.
Urkel in Space
Interesting.
was dope. Claire, what was your worst?
Well, let's see. I only did 4 episodes.
Yep.
Which isn't that many. It's fractional. But I also picked Family Matters as the worst
Ooh.
show that I saw. And my little brother is in season 7 right now. He
Oh my
definitely
gosh.
started watching it post-pod.
Right.
There's an episode where they're wrestling with actual wrestlers that he really wants Joe to watch,
Okay.
which we need to check out sometime.
So we got Felicity, West Wing, and 2 for Family Matters.
Dang.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear why you thought Felicity was the worst.
Yeah, I think it is. Clips.
The clips at the end.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I'm judging it. I'm judging it on the first episode and the last one. And
Yeah.
the first one was, I mean, it at least told me who Felicity was and what her motivations were, and it ran me through that. So the first episode itself wasn't really that bad.
Yeah.
Like, it set up the show well, I thought.
Okay.
But the last episode was just a giant pile of shit.
The hard thing about the clip show specifically in Felicity is that a lot of the clips were from the first episode, and I was like, man, we just watched this.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, so like I didn't even get more information. I got the same information I had just watched.
Perfect Strangers, I felt like that one had like a big clip show right before the end of that episode, and there was just a lot of stuff in there that I was like, what's that about? I want to see that episode. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of like themed episodes that they hinted at that I was like, this is weird.
Most of the time I learned a thing of like there was clip shows. Felicity was one that was the whole episode was just clips.
Yeah.
But then there was a common thing
the
happened
majority
was
of.
that they had an episode, they kind of finished it, and then they're like, I'm gonna remember something.
Yeah.
So they spent like 5-10 minutes then kind of clipping.
Yeah.
And I'm still not that big of a fan with it, but then you get it because you've been watching 7 seasons of the show, 5 seasons worth,
And you maybe missed the
and you miss
beginning.
it. But like the whole episode, I'm getting worked up. We gotta
Or
move
like
on.
the Home Improvement was a 2-parter. The first part was a clip show, and then the second part was just straight up finale.
That was
Yeah.
a really good pod episode. I appreciate that one.
I don't remember the finale of Home Improvement.
Oh,
You were.
I remember the pilot.
I mean,
I was wrong about what all the boys were doing.
We'll
It must
talk
have been
about
on
it.
Blue Meth.
Well, you definitely missed out on. No, wait, you didn't for Family Matters because there was a different mom. It was horrible. Like, it just okay. Well, I wouldn't say it was horrible.
The mom was weird.
That was
Apparently,
one.
Luke said that the mom shit switched in the middle of the last season when we were
wow.
doing that episode.
Yeah.
We didn't know that.
That's
I
And-
said that
amazing.
on the pod.
oh, JK,
Yeah.
Joe.
I mean,
must
I don't have
Googled.
that. I don't have that knowledge in my head until Jonah said that again. So
Yeah, I don't remember that it was mid last season. That's
That's
outrageous.
rude. Like you're all of a sudden supposed to
Pretty
love a
funny.
new mom.
No, yeah, Family Matters was like the clear worst for me, just because like when you think about Family Matters, it's like it's the Urkel show. The first episode didn't have Urkel in it, so
Yeah.
like what the fuck are we watching?
there was plenty of Urkel in that last episode.
Because it
though.
wasn't supposed to be the Urkel show.
Yeah.
I was really pissed. So I went. So some of the episodes that haven't been on, I've actually like listened to and watched along.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
And so for part of that, for that reason, I almost said Stargate SG-1 because I watched along with that shit and I was super pissed that I had
disappointed.
because the finale was a 2-parter on the same night, so I had to watch like 2 hours of that shit. That was like had
Who
nothing
was
to
it?
do with
Was
anything.
that Barry? Was there that episode?
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
that was Barry's episode, and
Yeah.
oh man, that was a brutal show to watch along with you guys. But I didn't watch along with family members, but
Yeah.
I know because of pretty much probably just some fandom and a Key and Peele sketch that Family
Ooh.
Matters became a show that had nothing to do with the family, and it was just the Urkel show, and it's a really funny sketch.
You guys made me watch
Google
that
it.
sketch after we watched the show, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, it's funny. That's funny."
Oh, I'm gonna go look at that tonight.
Yeah, it's so yeah. There's the first episode. There's no Urkel, and then the last episode, you just get the feel that like they're just going through the motions, and they're just trying to, like all of those actors are just trying to get out of there. Like we're done with this fucking Family Matters show. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't funny.
I
It
felt
wasn't.
that. I felt that
like,
too. I agree.
It just felt sad.
Remember how you could like see the
Yikes.
strings when he was like being an astronaut?
Oh yeah, when he was like in outer space, and you could literally
Urkel
see
in
the rope
space.
holding him
It
up.
was just real rough times.
I don't think you guys talked about that in the pod.
Oh,
It's yeah.
That's the first I'm hearing.
It
of
was so sad we couldn't.
it was so
It was
sad.
rough.
We edited that part out. No, we didn't.
But the West Wing
Okay.
is an interesting pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
the
almost
West
I almost
thing-
feel offended,
'Cause
Jimmy.
The
Great
West Wing
show.
for me, I picked it because it was deeply personal because I've spent
you
so
pick
much
that
time
episode that week?
loving it. Yeah,
Jimmy
Okay.
lost his virginity.
it
to
was
the
my
West Wing.
turn to pick that week, and I was
What?
like, I'm bringing this show. This is going to be Josh's new Frasier.
Yeah.
Like-
I would totally have bought into that.
Like Aaron Sorkin is like my guy. We hang. We're tight. Tweeted us,
Jimmy's
Aaron
just
Sorkin.
mad because at the end of the episode I didn't say this is my new Frasier.
That's part
That's
of
a
it.
high.
That's part of it.
That's a high trophy.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
Okay. I liked it. Hey, I liked it. I thought West Wing was great. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe
It
we
was
weren't as
great.
positive as we like are now. I guess I thought I said like I think it's really good, but I'm not going to watch it now. Maybe that's what I said.
As
I
a
don't
West
know.
Wing fan and having not heard the pod yet, I'm a little worried about the final episode, and I think I should be as a West Wing fan.
Here's the
The
deal. There's,
final episode of The West Wing? Or the,
Yes.
Okay.
there's two shows that we watched
Have you
that
seen
like
the final episode? of
Not
The
in a
West Wing?
long time.
Yeah,
I'm a little
I
worried.
hadn't either, and it was great. It held up, but
Oh, okay,
but
great.
without having, but to first and last it though,
Rough
Okay.
times.
because a lot builds up. Because like
Yeah.
so
oh yeah, it was definitely confusing.
so spoiler, Jimmy Smits, aka Senator Santos, who's been in the show at that point for a couple seasons, because there's lots of senators in and out.
Oh, okay.
It ramps up that like he suddenly kind of becomes the nominee and like becomes like and win like as an underdog and wins, and it's like there's a lot of emotions in it, and it's an emotional last episode, but like to have been a person, I feel like why I chose this as the worst is because I feel like I'm finally like the person who's at home listening to our pods, who's like seen all of that show,
Yeah.
who's seen like all of The Wire and thinks is the best,
Oh
and
my
knows
God.
is the best show ever, and like fuck you guys
I'm only-
for not saying this is the best show ever.
Hey man, we've said it multiple times that this is the worst possible way to really watch TV, but it is a good way to kind of go, am I interested in this show?
But I would say The Wire has brought it. Like, I'm not even a regular on this pod, and people have contacted me angry about your Wire episode. They're like, they really should watch it season to season. Like, that's not the way the show is done. And I'm like,
Is
I
that
can't.
how
I
they
feel like
said
the
it
way
to
you're
you?
talking, I
Yes.
know who you're talking about.
You know it. He does. I mean,
The
I could
voice
do
you're
another.
making, I
I could
just
do
know.
another voice too,
That's
and you
great.
know that one is too. But yeah, even as like a random person, that one, because people, I guess fans.
get it. I
but
get it.
West Wing's gonna be the same way.
Hey,
it just is
man.
number 25.
We're just
so-
controversial out here.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not pulling punches. We're watching things that people love and probably gonna shit on them because we're watching it in a bad way.
truth.
But
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is like, we kind of discussed like, I mean, a pilot's a really easy way. I think I definitely learned that a pilot's definitely an easier thing, I think maybe to make than a finale.
Oh, yeah.
Because a pilot, tell me who these people are, tell me why I like them, and then tell me why I care about them, and then show me what they're gonna go do in the future. That's what a pilot is. But like a finale is like, make me care about what the journey we've gone through,
Yeah.
but don't do it for 45 minutes of clips, and then kind of like leave me with a question or something, or like you leave me with a little like what if, but then get me off and then finish.
Oh my
What?
god. What was it? Oh,
Phrasing?
What?
oh man. Jimmy's dad
Are we
listens
not
to
doing
this.
phrasing?
Hey Tom.
So-
I started to lose you. I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think my best does all those things.
Ooh.
My
Ooh,
pick
so
for
I
best
want
does
to.
all
I
those
want to know
things.
your
Yeah.
All right,
best.
should we get into it?
I think
Yes.
I'm also there.
All right. I think I agree with you guys. As before we go in, I agree with you guys with Family Matters. It wasn't super great. Obviously you guys are wrong because Felicity is totally the worst. And Jimmy, West Wing's great. I mean,
Yeah, I fucking know it.
one day maybe us other three will watch it. Maybe.
Tweet at us if you know
I
which
will
episode's the
definitely
worst.
watch it.
But
yeah.
Joe,
Ooh.
why don't you let's
start?
go with our best because yours is obviously the best.
Okay, my pick for the best first and last. Again, not the best show, just the best first and last. I kind of narrowed these down to some nominees, and I was trying to not let my knowledge of the show color like my vote for best.
So you didn't say Community then?
That's admirable. You didn't say Breaking Bad?
So yeah, I didn't say Breaking. Like I was really close to picking Breaking Bad because I think it's perfect, but I think a lot of it is because I'd seen the show. But my pick for best is Dawson's Creek.
Surprising.
Yeah.
I am
Huge twist.
so happy about that. That's amazing.
Dawson's Creek?
Yeah.
Wow.
That ending, that was
Yeah.
it was a very good ending.
Yeah. Well, let's do everyone. We'll
Okay,
come
I'm
back to
sorry.
why it's great.
Claire.
Okay, so I was
C-bone.
only on here for 4 episodes. And
Oh,
let
yeah?
me be honest with you. Be quiet.
Yeah, we know Claire. We know how many you've been in.
I like to count them.
I wasn't sure that was 4.
Just so you know, it's 4.
This is 5.
Remember
We'll
how
give
much
you your points
Roseanne
later.
broke my heart?
I
Remember?
do.
Roseanne gets my favorite vote of how mad Claire was at the end of it. But
Okay.
We'll do awards later, Josh.
Okay, Gilmore Girls, no. Lost, I'm saying that I don't have a winner.
Don't shit on the other ones. Just tell us what you like.
No, there wasn't one. Of the 4 I watched, I had a definite loser, but I don't have a winner. I don't think I had a best, first, and last of those 4 because I don't
Yet
think I
to
got
be
to see
seen.
the creme de la creme that you guys keep talking about.
Frasier?
I know. Is that about to be yours?
You know it. Frasier. Number
Josh has
1.
selected Frasier.
Yeah, I'm a.
We started out hard, man. We picked that show by random chance.
Random.
You should
We
do
had
that again.
We had a random
we had a list
generator.
of over 300 shows, and I hit random on a button, and it picked Frasier.
What a good show.
And that's how
Amazing.
we did it. And that's how my favorite show in the entire world started. It's not my favorite.
On random
Yeah,
happenstance.
it's not my favorite show in the entire world, but it's definitely it's definitely out of what we've seen. I think it's my favorite first and last.
Okay.
And it did. I just explained why a good show would do it, but
Yep.
loved it. The minute the first episode was done, I was like, God, oh, sorry, Jimmy, what's yours? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We'll go back to that.
So I keep, man, I had a lot. I thought there were several shows that did a good job, but of my favorite, again, kind of for more personal reasons more than technical reasons.
Wait, is your favorite and you're not favorite the West Wing? Are they both West Wing, Jimmy?
They're both the
Are they
West
both the
Wing
West
for
Wing?
no, not doing that. My favorite also happened to be our Halloween special.
Oh,
The Strain?
The Strain.
Wow.
Episode
The Strain.
666.
Episodes, everything just seemed to fall into place for that to happen. It was episode 6, and so Josh named it episode 666 as the Halloween special, which still just it makes me smile just to think of that. That's
He's
just
smiling so
every time
big
I
right now.
scroll past it, I'm like, oh god,
like we'll never be able to replicate that joke.
like a sick,
Yeah, I don't know what
twisted
Halloween. I don't know what the
happenstance.
Halloween special is going to be. It can't be episode 667.
Yeah, we
Time will
yeah.
tell when we get there.
It's going to be like 13 or something. I feel like.
We already
We
have
already
an
have an
episode.
episode
we have an
13.
Well,
13.
It's like a
season
Power
2,
Ranger or
season
something.
2. Actually, episode 13 was Gilmore Girls. I have it listed.
Oh,
on my notepad.
Good call.
Why? I'm the most interested
Yeah,
in
let's
Jimmy's.
talk about
Yes.
the Strain.
Okay,
Let's talk
so I already said the stars aligned for just the Halloween episode. We did that. It was a Guillermo del Toro show. It's still one that I actually think that I'd like to go back and watch.
Uh-huh.
Based on what we saw. Also, it was the one.
It had a good. I think it was it wasn't the first one, but it had a good piccolo in it.
It had a good piccolo.
Yep.
The best shows have a piccolo. As far as FNL.
I'm gonna break the structure a little bit, but
Alright.
just while we're talking about the Strain, so we don't come back to it later, I was gonna give the Strain one of my First and Last Awards for.
Oh yeah, we also all of us made some personal awards
yeah.
for
So
these.
Yeah.
I'll just do this one now because we're already
Yeah.
talking about the Strain, and I was gonna give the award for most complete for the Strain. I actually almost picked the Strain for my favorite or best First and Last, but I think that it's most complete in that you can, if you just wanted to watch a 90-minute zombie movie, you could just watch the first and last episode of The Strain and and just get
and
it.
have a great time.
Yeah.
It really did.
Have a nice night.
A lot of the characters stayed the same, so it helped with your continuity through
And you
skipping.
could bridge enough.
Yeah, you could just
Yeah.
watch the first and last and then be like, that was fun.
I
Heck yeah.
really don't think anyone should watch the show.
Yeah,
'cause
you really don't need to. You don't need
I
to.
want to though.
But keep going. Sorry, Jimmy.
The only other thing I have for picking that show is which I didn't add as a superlative because I have other awards to give, but my favorite alliteration joke from Joe is the cocksuckers at Cold Stone Creamery.
That
Which
was
is
the
what-
funniest. That was my funniest. That was the funniest thing we've ever.
I actually don't. That hadn't occurred to me until now that's alliteration. I just thought it was a fun thing to say.
It just really rolls off the tongue. As maybe a future sponsor. Maybe I'll save that for a season 2 prediction.
You think we could ever trick Cold Stone into sponsoring our podcast?
They're never gonna go back and listen to that
They're
episode.
never gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna say we love ice cream. No comment. It's gonna be perfect.
Is Cold Stone where they like put it on a marble
Don't
slab?
we-
Listen
can.
to the episode.
You gotta
Listen to the
I have,
episode.
but it's
you will,
been a minute.
you will learn.
that
Re-listen.
one in a
It's
car.
worth it.
trust me. I describe what they do at Cold Stone.
If I'm having a bad day, I want to go back and listen to this episode.
Okay, that's amazing.
Listen to Josh explain how they
Cold Stone
make the
works.
ice cream. Listen to
just say if
Joe
you could do it
talk
again.
about. Okay, who else had a best? What else was going on?
Mine
Dawson's Creek, though.
Mine was Frasier, and I'm going to do it just because.
Yeah.
Well, because I think it's just going to be generic. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? It's not
go
going to be
for
as
it.
interesting as why I think, because I think everybody listening knew from episode 1, 25 episodes ago, that this was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Because I talked about it the whole time.
And Frasier was definitely on my
Nom list.
Of, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just the pilot was great. You met everybody, and they all pretty much
Yeah.
like those characters that they were set up as in one
Yeah.
stayed them pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
Like they grew normally, but they didn't completely switch fully. And then Frasier did what me and or like what Joe kind of introduced to me at least of us like they did. Frasier does bookends. Like they knew how to set up an episode, set up a season or a series, and then end it with bookends. Like they brought things back that were prevalent from the beginning to end. And then he was starting a new thing at the end. He said goodbye to the whole thing that we knew he was doing the whole time. Even though we didn't watch it, we knew he was doing a radio show the whole time.
Yeah.
And at the end, he was like, I'm done with this radio show.
They could
The
reboot
show's-
Frasier.
The show's over.
They probably will.
And then, God,
Where
Kelsey
does he go?
Grammer.
Where does he go? He goes to.
No, he's actually acting in a play
Well-
in Milwaukee as Peter Pan or something.
Let's go.
I tried. My uncle told us about it.
But then he
true.
flies. But then he flies. The one like milding thing that was harder, which was saved because of the previously on Frasier.
Yeah.
We got saved by the previously on Frasier in
Yeah,
a
right
little
at the
bit.
top of the episode.
So it's a point of contention potentially, but it was like we knew that there was a woman that he was like chasing, and then it made us think that he was pursuing a different thing. And I was kind of like, oh, he's moving on and getting a different job and kind of like going on with his life.
In, like
And
California.
at the
or
very
somewhere.
end, it was like, no, he's going to Chicago to chase like a love. And it was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's crazy. And it's like, but now I want another season. This is like nuts. But it like felt like it was the end. It was the end of his Seattle story.
Yeah.
And that was what Frasier was. And so even that first and last said like he's new in Seattle, and now he's leaving and done with Seattle. And that was the whole thing. And it was so funny.
And he went to
every
go be
time.
with Laura Linney,
Yeah. And it was just
whom
like
we know and love.
and just my personal favorite of the show of just like how it could be so funny and so serious and turn on a dime. And it did that in both those episodes. So it was a perfect reflection of what Frasier was through and through. And now having watched literally all of it because of that, it really is a good reflection of that show.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you want to switch your vote now? Joe?
No.
You're gonna go back.
I mean, I think in contrast to Frasier, Dawson's Creek does a lot of the same good things where it does set up the characters in the first episode, and it does tie up loose ends in the last episode. But just kind of the different way it goes about it is that the first episode is so different from the last episode, and the characters are, I mean, there's still the 4 main characters, but they've
lived.
like a lot has changed in their situation.
Fucking Joey's fucking weathered,
But
man.
Jen's dying.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Literally.
like Dawson like works on a TV show in Hollywood. Like Pacey's running a restaurant. Jen's dead. Like they've all been through a lot of things. Like I don't know. I think it's like it was kind of unexpected for me, and that's I think why I liked it. But like it was so different from what I expect a First and Last to be, but like done so well.
And especially like from the beginning of it changed dramatically,
Right,
But it
so-
really did stay like the same. Like the
Yeah.
friendships that it established in the beginning was like that's what the show was really about, not
Yeah.
about like teenagers, which is what they definitely were in the first episode, and not in the final.
And like what that hints at is that there's a lot going on in the middle episodes. I think that's something with like Frasier beginning and ending kind of in the same place where he's still working at the radio station. I guess Niles is getting married and stuff, so that's different. But like there's a bigger scene change from first to last in Dawson's Creek, and it still somehow was able to hold it together, which I think is really interesting. And just like that, the first episode you get an intro to the characters, plus like a side adventure, because that's the one where like Jen is the new girl and Dawson's intrigued with her, and Joey's not feeling that.
And Pacey's trying to hook up with the teacher.
Yeah, so you get like a
And
first,
does.
yeah. So you get like a little adventure there that like shows you what the show's gonna kind of be like without necessarily, like maybe that teacher doesn't even go past like the first season or anything, but it's just, a little intro to what's going on.
I do like subtle hints of like things where you're like, this is definitely like a big part of the show, but I bet it's only part of like season 1 or 2.
Right.
Like that's it.
And like the Joey Dawson thing is like, oh, this like, maybe this isn't in every episode, but this is going to be a thing we come back to, like the tension between them. And then, the last episode gives you closure on who Joey ends up with, what happens to Jen, what happens to like,
She did.
like her family. Well, like they like settle up like that her kid is gonna like be taken care of by her brother, and like everything just sort of wraps up. They tie back
not
to
her
the
brother.
It's Andy's brother. Claire
Andy's
yelled
brother.
at me.
Oh man,
You keep getting that wrong.
I said that like, oh, Jack is Jen's brother, and like
The one who's
Claire
getting
texted
gay married,
me
right?
and was like, that is Andy's brother. And I was like, sorry, I forgot Andy was a character in the show.
they do
Yeah.
slight flashes, but not exactly clips. They do like slight flashes to the character intros from the first episode.
It's a short clip. It's still a clip.
Yeah, still a clip, but like
It's no Felicity though.
it's not like remember this from the first episode. It's more of just like, oh, look at Jen when she was a baby. Oh,
Yeah.
look at Pacey when he was a baby.
I think with Dawson, and you could say this about Frasier too, is like how well these shows, like how well the characters are like thought up beforehand, like how developed they are already. Like they have such big personalities, like already written. The like characters are played so well from the get-go that like that I feel like those shows, those like pilots that hit really hard and that they stay like
I mean,
by the finale.
if you even look at those actors now, like how many people think of David Hyde Pierce or Kelsey Grammer or
That's a good point.
The
Michelle
Beak
Williams.
as
Well, I think
anything other than
Josh
their
thinks about
characters
the
from those shows.
Beak on the daily.
Oh,
I think of the Beak as the as him in the Bee from Apartment 23.
I see.
Oh.
That's more what you think of him as.
Varsity Blues, was that him?
That's
More
the
like-
Beak.
Varsity
Yep.
boobs.
Oh, man.
I give her a 10.
Claire, do you have
She has
anything to
10
say?
boobs.
No, I'm just like intrigued that we've switched back to like the best things, and it just kind of brings you back to like how much Family Matters didn't hit any of those
Yeah.
marks,
Get anywhere
and
near
how
zero.
bad
Yeah.
it was. Like you didn't have any of those things that Joe you were just saying about the best First and Last. It had none of those qualities.
Yeah.
So
I mean, sure. Yeah, it did.
Should have
awful.
stuck with the family.
But it had Urkel.
In the finale.
Yeah, in the finale. Well, let's take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with some self-appointed awards, essentially.
Yeah.
We made awards, so we're going to do the First and Lasties.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I was like, yeah. Somehow
First and
I just
Lasties.
came up with that. So we're going to do the first annual First and Lasties, and then we'll also, Jimmy's going to reveal the winner of the point predictions for
It's
season
gonna be
1.
me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be me.
It's probably Claire with her how many episodes were you in? I don't think you said it
Oh,
enough.
I don't know.
All right,
I
cool.
forgot.
It's been 4. We'll see you in a second. Jimmy, hit it. Recap.
Aw. Recap.
And we're back.
And we're back.
We are back for the very First and Lasties. The awards made up by us and given out by us as well. By us and for us.
Can't wait.
Right? I have an idea for this, and that
Yeah.
is,
Oh.
I don't know how many awards everyone made. I have 3 awards to give out.
I also have
personally.
3.
You have 3, Joe?
I mean, I had 3. I gave one out early, and I'm
Okay.
trying to come up with a third one.
Well, you mean you don't have to. Don't force
You
the first.
did your due diligence. Claire,
Do you have any First and
what the hell's
Lasties?
going on with you over there?
I was just looking at my list. I think I'm only like really ready to say one First
Okay.
and Lastie. Like we're making an official award for this.
Yeah. And so what I think a fun thing to do,
Weatherman only gets one.
for sake of time, just for sake of time and whatnot, if we all got a bunch of, we're going to take forever, and I don't want this weird random episode to be 3 hours long. I would say, you have a First and Lastie, you give out the title of the First and Lastie, best whatever, something
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
And then whoever wants to can guess the show or the person or whatever it is that got it. And then if the person giving out the award, 1 or 2 sentences just explaining it.
I like it.
So not a whole lot of
Yeah.
like discussion, just so we can get through them.
Yeah.
Because I want everybody's First and Lasties to be hard.
Yeah.
Hood. Like we don't try.
Oh,
it.
heard. I
Yeah.
think it said hard.
Yeah. Well,
And I was like, why is it gotta be so hard?
why? Why indeed, Claire?
I sound
So why don't we go around though? It'll be kind of fun to just go like around.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna give all 3 of mine out. I'll do one. Jimmy, you'll go, and we'll go around.
Claire, you just do your one every time we
Yeah,
come
yeah.
to you.
Perfect.
I'll start. My first is best explosion.
Ooh. Ah.
Was there one at the end of Babylon 5?
I'm going to say... Wait, Claire, do you have a guess?
No.
I'm going to say Lost.
No. Was there an explosion in Lost?
Dude, you talked about it. Josh at the beginning of Lost asked you guys if someone's gonna
yeah.
explode in the first episode,
Oh,
and then you got
yeah.
sucked into a turbine, and then the turbine exploded.
And know what? None of them agreed that was an
Is that not
explosion.
it?
I'm not saying anything yet. I'm saying
right.
I'm saying they said that's not an explosion. He didn't explode.
Yeah.
Bullshit. He did explode, but
his particles exploded.
Jody, you
he may
have
have
a
been
guess?
dead.
Yeah, but I guess Babylon 5.
oh, okay. Was there an explosion in Babylon 5?
I think they
Probably.
exploded Babylon 5 at the end of it.
Oh,
They
yeah, they
exploded.
did.
Oh,
that's
I have a guess.
Great one.
Ex-
Home Improvement. Aren't there like explosions on that show?
The dishwasher exploded is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Hey.
That is
None of those are
good.
correct.
Oh.
Dang, we've had some explosions.
My best explosion was from Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers when they blew up Zordon's home at the very end.
They did.
Oh.
The plan, Goldar's plan worked.
It worked.
Oh man.
Because I think me and Joe said it like halfway through. He goes, they're going to blow that up. And I was like, there's no possible way. And it was not only, it maybe wasn't like the most theatrically best one, but it was 100% the most surprising, well done explosion, I think, that we saw.
It was the least expected.
So it's the most
think-
memorable, it's the most memorable explosion for me.
I don't think anyone predicted that, like officially, that they would actually, because in that first episode, they're trying to blow up the thing, but then it fails.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like the last episode, they're still in there, still trying to blow it up.
It was good.
It's
All right,
amazing.
Jimmy. All right, Jimmy.
Good one.
What's yours?
Okay,
What are yours?
my first one is best show that we fucked up. Best show
Is it-
that we
Like, what do you mean by
fucked
that?
up.
I mean,
Exactly.
technically, if we're talking, we're talking behind the scenes. I know we've fucked up once or twice without telling the audience. Is it something the audience knows we fucked up?
To
Yeah.
the grave. To
Okay.
the grave. I mean, like, my audio cuts out for like the first part of Gilmore Girls.
That's true. It's true. It just sounds like
guess,
you're
I
far
think.
away. Like you're just yelling at us from the other room.
Yeah, people thought it was a bit. Like I was like in the kitchen.
He was making sandwiches.
This could be the thing about this one is it could be so many different kinds of fucked up.
Sure.
Did we guess shit
Because
wrong?
we fucked up so much shit.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Season 1 was not as
Like-
seasoned.
Are you mad because your like taco order like didn't come through on an episode? Like
Ugh,
that's why you fucked it up.
There was one. I don't know what episode it was, but there was one. My guess is there was one episode that just in the middle of us talking about an episode, I had to answer the phone to get tacos and leave, and so I think
that's a good one.
I fucked up by not doing that. So I'm guessing a thing that we did, not a show or something.
okay.
I think that all of the shows are so great and that you guys work together
Jesus
and would
Christ,
never
Claire.
fuck anything up.
Cool.
You guys are great.
This is Claire's
That's right,
last
that's correct.
episode on First Lastie.
That
Jimmy
also-
gave him the award to nothing.
I gave it to a different podcast this year, actually.
This goes to episode 3 of Binge and Purge. Totally fucked that shit up, man.
Yes. Yes.
Check out our friends' episode podcast Binge and Purge, wherever
Yeah,
podcasts
like and subscribe.
are.
Yeah, like and subscribe to that so you can see how much they fuck it up.
Only after you like and subscribe
It's
to
good.
us.
It's good.
Every week, this should be your
Yeah.
number 2
5
podcast.
stars.
So what was it?
No. The best show that we fucked up was Lost in Space.
Oh, you guys watched
Okay,
the
what do you
wrong
mean?
thing.
So an issue with
Yes,
doing first
yes.
and last and watching shows that we've never seen before is that we don't want to do too much diving because we could spoil something.
Yeah.
So we watched on Hulu the
An
first
an
episode,
unaired pilot.
which was an unaired fucking pilot. It wasn't the real pilot.
But you guys get the whole story of like the whole first season. You're able to
yeah.
summarize like
That's
the whole
true.
show.
Instead of watching the real pilot, we watched basically the first 6 episodes or so,
that's
Yeah,
good.
which was
I like
weird.
that.
which
That's-
is weird.
'Cause there's a
but it
whole
wasn't the
character.
true pilot.
What was the name of the guy that's like a big part of the show that wasn't in the unaired?
The doctor
yeah,
guy.
the snively doctor man.
The
Who,
the Junkman.
Well,
Just kidding.
no, he
He's
was
in
in
the
the
last
fun.
episode.
Shoot.
Joe has a First and Lastie for best character in show. It's the Junkman.
Nice.
But and I hope I didn't ruin one of yours. But no, yeah, yeah, and they renamed the ship. Even the ship was
Yeah.
a different name and
The
everything.
ship became the
So
Jupiter
yeah,
too.
we really fucked that up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the problem because there's no way we could have known
Hey, transparency is key.
without spoiling some stuff, and Hulu titled it number 1. So I blame Hulu personally,
Yes.
Best show
but
that
it still
Hulu
wins
fucked up.
First and Lastie
First, all right, cool.
for season 1.
Cool. So I've got 2. The first of which is
But are
biggest.
we only doing one now?
Yeah, he's doing one.
Yeah.
He do his first one.
Oh, okay.
First of
sorry.
which is biggest surprise.
Ooh.
Dude, I want to like guess some of my like. Thing. All right,
Biggest surprise.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say,
I
but
got
you
it.
weren't
I
here
got it.
for. I was gonna say Roseanne, but you weren't here for Roseanne.
I included shows that like
Okay.
yeah, that I'd listen
It
to.
wouldn't be Doogie.
It wouldn't be
wouldn't
Doogie.
be
How
Doogie.
medically accurate Doogie Howser
It was
was.
so great.
That was pretty surprising.
I got a guess for biggest
My wife
surprise.
was very surprised.
I got
Yeah.
the actual octopus monster at the end of Babylon 5. Oh,
I like it. I
because
like
you've been
it.
guessing it all season, and
That-
you actually got it right.
I hope one of yours is just that the octopus monster in Babylon 5 gets a first and lasty, just honorary.
Honorary first and
Octopus
last name.
monster award.
Maybe the first and lasty should be like a little octopus monster.
All right.
Like a little,
Ooh,
like
I
that
like
could be
it.
the little
Just a
image.
golden octopus.
fucking
Oh, I like it.
awards made for Joe.
Yeah. Any more guesses for biggest surprise?
Biggest- Entourage was so great. That's
That was the surprise.
yep.
No,
How
but
great Entourage is.
I would be surprised if
How great
Joe
that
retconned
episode
that
was.
episode and said he thought it was good now. I
Yeah,
got
I
I
don't
got so many different things that I could probably pop out, but I guess my octopus monster one, so I'm good. I want to hear.
Yeah, I'm yeah.
I have Home Improvement is the winner for biggest surprise because I thought I
Okay.
was gonna hate that show.
I remember this. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like super cheesy and dumb, and then like
But
the other.
it was super cheesy.
It
and
was,
dumb.
but I loved it, and like I thought it was so funny. And then I didn't expect it to actually take care in like the finale. I mean, the first episode was pretty good, but it wasn't a very like they just kind of dove in right in the middle of the story. It wasn't like, oh, Tim's
Yeah.
starting a new show or Tim's family just moved here. It was just kind of like we dove right in. So I didn't have high hopes for the finale. I thought the finale was just going to be like a whatever episode, like nothing really gets tied up. But there's a whole big story arc about Al getting married and Tim ending the show because he's moving with Jill to Indiana so that she could go be a dean of some college or
So
something.
she could finally have a job. Bookmarks.
Right.
Bookmarks.
Yeah, how are you gonna have like bookends in a show like Home Improvement? That's not what I expected.
Yeah.
'Cause
they-
the
Yeah.
first episode has an arc about how Jill's trying to get a job because she wants to have something of her own, and like she ends up not passing the interview.
They fucking call her house before she even gets home.
Yeah,
they
rough.
knew she must have done terrible at that interview. They knew they didn't want to hire
She's just
her
a
within,
maniac
like,
in
20
that
minutes.
interview.
How you
She's like,
making
I
me
hate
wanna
working
go?
in teams. I'm not a team player. And then the last episode, like the big plot point is that Tim is quitting Tool Time so that he can move with Jill to Indiana so that they could pursue her dream.
Yeah.
And I just thought like, A, it's surprising that they would do a bookend like that, and B, like surprising that they like just the assumptions I had made about Tim Allen is like they're not gonna give the female character in the show any agency or any like anything to do. She's just gonna kind of be the nagging wife, and that's not at all what it was.
yeah.
Man, you feel so deep about that show.
I did, man. I was
No,
very
it's cool.
surprised.
Wow.
It's fun.
Have
that
you
it's fun
watched
that you can
any more
find.
of that show?
No,
Ooh, that's a good question.
Do you
but I
think
bet
you-
it's.
do
I
you
bet I
think
will
you
enjoy
will?
it. I bet it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to do a slight tangent. I thought about this way earlier and I forgot. Really quick. I've been watching a TV show that I think Joe would hate.
Okay.
And it's because I think whoever wrote this TV show, like weirdly
Entourage?
they want to show they show
Oh, is
way,
it just people
Too
fucking
much
all the time?
sexy
there's
scenes.
there's way
You love to pick on
It's
Joe
just a
for
weird
hating
late
sex.
night
no, but here's
Cinemax
no, but
show.
here's the deal. Here's the deal. I've been watching it in episode
You feel
3,
weird?
and I'm like, there's way too much fucking sex in this show. This show isn't about sex. Why are you being weird like this?
Yeah.
What show?
Is it a Showtime or HBO
Dora
show?
the
No.
Explorer.
Oh, gross.
Is it?
No. It's called The Path. It's
Oh yeah.
Aaron Paul's from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's his new-ish show
On Hulu.
On Hulu.
Oh,
Yeah.
Didn't you
really?
bring that
looks-
up or
I thought that
something?
looked good.
I just thought here's the deal. The show itself is really good. It's a good show.
Yeah.
But like every couple episodes, like not like once a season, but every couple episodes, there's like
Just
a
gratuitous-
crazy gratuitous sex scene, and it's not
it's
just
just
like
a weird cult
it's not like just like one couple.
orgy sex thing.
It's just two people like fucking, and it's just like
Weird.
and it's just like what? Why?
Yeah.
That's
Why are we
why.
taking this break to go do this fuck scene?
It's
and then
not.
come back?
None of it's
weird.
necessary, and it's really weird.
Wow.
And it's like I don't really care about sex in my shows, but like it's so unnecessary.
Uh-huh.
You know
and not
that
needed.
someone is listening to this pod right now saying, wow, that tangent was so unnecessary. You're just tying right into your sex scene.
Well, I didn't fuck them.
Are you, is your did you bring this up because your next bestie is
Best fuck
most
scene?
Oh,
sex-
yeah. So my next First
Wonderful.
Lastie is biggest dick in. No, it's not. It's not. Claire, did you had one? Do you have one?
So I have a couple, but I'm going to limit it down to my one because I am just a Leatherman.
You only get so much airtime.
But mine,
on this episode.
I've gotten to know, I've gotten to listen, and I've had favorites of you guys. Like I had moments where Jimmy was my favorite person.
Are you
on
gonna
the
say
pod.
favorite podcast host?
No. And
Darn
then I've
it.
gotten to listen
Yeah,
to your
right.
banter and listen to your like what you say. But I've decided that my award goes to the person who's most thirsty for Twitter. Holy moly, you guys are wanton fans. Thirsty
Yeah.
would be the adjective I would use, where it's like, tweet us some more. How about you tweet at us? And I love it. And in fact, as a listener, I've made a drinking game out of it. It's great because during episodes, there's some people that
How
really.
drunk do you get
So
during our
maybe.
episodes?
So who's the thirsty one, really?
What-
So
wait.
here's the thing: it's
What's-
between you three guys. So
What's-
who's gonna win?
What's the title? What's the award called?
So most thirsty for Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter thirst.
Get that thirst.
First
Who-
and lasty.
Now, and I'm basing it off of today for the
Seriously.
winner because I've been keeping tallies of how many times you guys have mentioned Twitter
Today?
today
In this
during
episode?
this episode.
Someone's mentioned Twitter?
Oh, there's been more than one.
Wow, I haven't
call
noticed
Josh.
at all. Yeah,
It's
probably
probably me.
Josh,
It's probably
but
me.
I haven't
It's probably
noticed
me.
at all.
I don't even know if I've done it. I literally don't think I've said a word about Twitter.
I don't know that you have,
think
but
so
it's
either.
got. But
It's
it has to be you.
But it has to be me, right?
Nope.
Oh, we really don't know.
You haven't
I don't
mentioned
know.
Twitter at all today.
Me? That's Jimmy.
Is it Joe?
It's actually tie.
Between Jimmy and Joe?
Okay, to be honest, the absolute winner is Jimmy. God bless you.
Really?
But today, I was going off of today, and it ended up being a tie. That you guys have both mentioned it. But
Who's
yeah,
both? Josh and
or
I?
Joe and Jimmy.
What was the Twitter reference? Do you remember what it was?
Well, Jimmy would be like, "Hey, contact us on Twitter if you've got a thing." That happened early, and then you said something about Twitter later on. It's been a long evening.
I think
a
I
lot
said
of sandwiches.
I do remember saying something about
You do it so, like-
asking Aaron Sorkin to tweet at us. But
yes.
I
Remember
don't
that
think he's
episode?
really
Remember
gonna
that
tweet
whole-
at us,
remember
but I
we
hope
did-
he
No,
does.
but I like it. That's why it's an award, and you win. You are
Yay.
the number one.
I won something finally.
You won
Hey
a-
mom,
you won a First
You can
and
be
Lastie.
proud of me now.
First and last, it's a little like a monster octopus thing.
Dan Harmon still hasn't tweeted at me from the community podcast. When
I'm
I,
Seems
sure
like
he's
he's got
working on
things
it.
What if I
going
make
on.
like Dan Harmon 11Sue75 and then I tweet at you and I'm like, "Hey, bro, nice job."
pretty sure Dan Harmon's
Thumbs up.
certified on Twitter, so I'm gonna know that it's
Certified.
not.
See, I don't even know what that is.
It's got a little blue
He's
check
got
mark
that
by your
check
name.
mark, bro.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
I need to get that life.
All right. Well, my next
Ooh.
one is wackiest twist. What? And I'll give you guys a hint. What show had the wackiest twist?
Right.
It was probably obvious.
Dawson's Creek. Jen is dead.
Okay, I'm gonna throw.
That's wacky.
I think some might say zany.
I mean, I gotta go Roseanne. God bless.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
like
yeah, that's a
made
good
me
pick.
so mad.
I feel like it's got to be Roseanne, but
Good
I
pick.
really wanna go with your worst show too, and that's just Felicity.
The twist is
Throwing
It's
in
so bad.
I
Any
would
J-Brums
never
show, really.
give Felicity a First and Lastie.
Oh.
Oh wow.
So Claire, you guessed my runner-up for this.
Ooh.
I actually
close.
I had a debate and I runnered up Roseanne because I remember you were on that one and I really enjoyed the last episode of Roseanne because I thought it was so stupid.
so
And,
bad.
and
outrageous.
Because I thought about how if I was a real watcher of the show and I watched the whole thing, it would have pissed me off so much
I
that
was-
this whole alternate universe book bullshit was like the last episode.
It's just like
But-
ending a movie in a dream sequence.
yeah, it's ending a
like,
movie in a
oh,
dream.
this whole thing was a dream.
But
Wait.
having only
Oh,
watched
it was Bruce Willis the whole time.
But having watched, yeah, dude, don't spoil Spider-Man 2. But like, to watch it only the first episode and then the last episode and go, this is not real anymore. This is fucked up. That like it was hilarious to me. It made me more interested in the show, where it made you, Claire, really mad.
Oh,
So, but
I
that's not
was-
the winner?
No,
What is
so
it?
the fake alternate season 9 fake universe where she was writing
The
what
alternate universe. We've
that-
seen Community.
Yeah, that was
Alternate
not it.
timeline.
My winner is Alias,
Oh.
a show that started out purely as a woman in
Oh,
college
yeah.
grad school,
You
who
hated
is
her
a
being in
spy.
grad school.
I thought that was the stupid part. It was unnecessary. Just like sex in your shows, am I right, Joe? But like,
Poor Joe.
but Alias was as a woman in college, grad school. You have to college and grad school are very different. You're very
Totally
different human
agree.
when you're doing that.
Totally agree.
Grad-
And she had that weird sex shower scene which you like interrogated Joe about.
That was necessary. Joe, that was necessary.
They did not have sex
So
in
whatever.
that
It
show.
started out. It was just a spy show. That was it. It was a spy show.
Oh,
and then in the very last episode, someone was fucking immortal,
Yeah,
and there was
those
magic
warlocks and shit.
gems.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
was
like-
Indiana Jones.
Some
No,
man,
but you called that in
some
the first
man-
episode.
Some man got shot in the chest like 5 times, and then still managed to like her dad. Was it her dad?
They had
it was her
do
dad.
the bomb
That
stuff
guy.
at the end.
And they went and did the bomb stuff, and he like pinned him against the rock and like bombed him in, and he was
Yeah.
alive forever. And I was like, this is wacky as shit. Alias.
Alias.
Wackiest twist.
Wackiest.
It gets a First and Lastie.
Yes, it does.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
I like
Jennifer
that.
Garner. We'll mail you your most prestigious award.
It'll be like a what are those things? The TY Bears. What were those? Beanie Babies. Can it be a Beanie Baby? It's like spray painted.
Don't downplay our
Just a
awards.
gold. Just a
Beanie
gold.
Baby?
I mean, is there an octopus Beanie Baby? You tell
I'm
me.
sure that there is.
Squiddy.
Siri
Inky.
will tell
Probably
me.
Inky. Well, that would be a squid, but whatever. Jimmy, what's your next?
I
First
think we
Lastie?
decided that octopi, and squid do both have ink.
They count. It counts as an octopus monster.
Of all the times that Joe has said octopus monster, and we have said octopus monster in his stead when he's been gone, I think we've learned that octopi also do have ink. Okay, my next one. And
Fun
this
fact.
I should hope would be an easy one. I just still have deep feelings and thoughts about it. Is best
West Wing.
It's too soon, man.
So what's the
My
award?
heart. This is kind of a slash best uncomfortable pantsing of a minor slash best
Oh, I know.
best definite child abuse award.
Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers.
Close.
Wait, can you
they
name why?
did go back in
No,
time and become
JK.
kids.
This one's so obvious. I don't even know if you want me to be the one that answers it.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
It's Avi Doogie Howser.
Yes,
I
it is.
listened
Please,
to that
Doogie
episode.
Howser, MD.
Murder Doctor.
Murder Doctor.
Murder Doctor.
Murders. I forgot about
In fact, when I first listened to that, I didn't think that you guys like talked enough about how incredibly awful the sexual harassment of the
We
episode
spent
was.
like 5 minutes on how fucking heinous that was.
But it was like at least a 20-minute conversation. I was in the car and I was like, Joe.
We're
It's pretty bad.
We were talking
It
about
was a different time.
the podcast is
Oh,
about
bullshit.
The late 80s.
the podcast is
You
about
could pants a
TV,
minor
not,
in the late 80s.
not
It was funny.
pedophilia.
Birthday gift. Let's just get you
Weird.
naked with the girl
Weird
you like.
moment.
Happy
was a-
birthday.
She was a babe, in all fairness.
Hot doctor.
That was so gross.
I feel like a lot of points were flown around in that episode from Hot.
Yeah, definitely,
Doctor.
definitely Doogie Howser.
Woof.
Joe, what's yours? Next one.
Yeah, this is my last one because I had given out one for the strain. But this is the biggest recovery, as in like the first episode was terrible, last episode was great.
This is hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not Stargate SG-1.
Stargate SG-1 is the opposite.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm
not.
saying. That's what I know. I know it's not. So the first episode wasn't good,
Uh huh.
and you were really into the last one.
Yeah.
Probably Entourage.
Part of me almost thinks Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers might be there.
Ugh.
I don't think so. I think I'm the only one giving Power Ranger awards.
Well, it definitely wasn't Gilmore Girls, so like you might be right.
And he already gave his. The problem is like, Joe, will you give me a hint and like say like you didn't get any? Did you give awards to? I'm not saying words. Did you give awards to your first and your last? Like you didn't give this
No,
to Dawson's
no,
Creek,
no.
right? Okay. Yeah. I didn't think so
Okay.
because I don't think the first
you
one
didn't
was.
like the first, but you liked the last.
Yep.
Wait. So which one did you not like?
The first was bad.
Oh, okay.
Last
okay,
was good.
okay, okay.
I had to check.
No, I know. I'm like trying to go like, did I even Code Geass is my guess.
Okay.
I'm going to say Lost in Space.
Huh.
I think Joe really liked the Junkman. I think he
I
really
think
liked
he
him.
loves the junk.
I just love beef stroganoff.
I really am very.
They talk about it so much.
I really am surprised that Joe didn't have a junk. I almost really made a Junkman award. But
Just in general.
yeah,
Best Junkman.
best Junkman.
I'm gonna throw out just like a Perfect Strangers because I don't really know.
I think that's opposite though too. I think Joe didn't like the last episode.
He didn't
but
like
really-
a lot of it.
but he
Yeah.
really liked the first episode.
Nah, he was medium.
So it's not that one. I think if
Yeah.
I had 20 minutes to talk about this, I could
could
figure
figure
it
it
out. But
X Files? What? How is it the end of X Files?
no, he better not. No, because I think
Because you,
I don't think it was
listened to that,
X-Files.
but that was a minute ago.
The winner of the First
Ooh.
and Lastie for Best Recovery is Babylon 5.
Oh.
Because that was a goofy fucking show to start. Holy shit. I didn't know what to make of it. It was just so weird, and it was like I didn't know if it was trying to be weird and goofy or if it was trying to be like a serious like political show, but like either way it was not hitting for me. And then in the last episode, it was like the leader of this colony like meeting his fate and like becoming one with the universe.
it was serious as shit.
Yeah, and it was super serious, but like it wasn't goofy to me. Like for whatever reason, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm on board with what is
Yeah.
happening here. Even
Yeah.
though I thought the first episode was super goofy, like by the end it's super serious, and I'm just like, yeah, I get it, man. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
Joe, have you watched any more of that show?
No,
That's my favorite
I feel
follow-up
like-
question now.
What was that on? I kind of.
I feel like a big thing
I
that
could
made it for me is that like the music was really good in that last episode.
Ooh, yeah.
That it just helped to like set the mood and make it seem like it was
What was that show
think
with
that
the
was
super
sound editing.
silliest music?
Alias with
Was
the
it-
like N64
Yes.
music.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Oh,
gonna
man.
say Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
No, that was boss music. All of those shows had great
Oh
music.
man!
So
So,
Power
of
Rangers
the
are great.
shows that you guys have watched, besides like Frasier, you guys have all continued watching. You did at least in
Well,
parts, right?
At least some we have all watched it more than those two episodes.
Yes. And I know you guys talked a lot about Joe watching Lost.
Yep.
So he watched parts
Yep.
of that and then quit.
Yeah.
But have you guys continued watching any of the others? Like seen a lot of Doogie? Like watched a lot of Dawson's?
I've not seen a lot of Doogie, but I watched all of Community
Like post?
post-pod.
Wow! Congratulations.
Yeah, I went
You
on like a
deserve-
community run
It
too.
was so
I
good.
feel like you should get.
and I want to watch
a-
it again. It was
I feel
so
like you should
good.
have a First and Lastie for watching an episode or watching a whole
No, hey,
series.
no,
I'm giving them out now.
All right, Jimmy wins that one then.
Jimmy
She's
Jimmy
just-
gets
Jimmy gets all my First and Lastie.
Yay!
Jimmy's
Claire's
got
the best.
two First and Lasties.
How many do you have, Josh? That's what I thought.
Well, my next one is for best Josh in a first and last episode,
Ooh.
What is
But
your
But that
next
was
one?
close though.
and that goes.
What is your
to-
next one?
Oh, I do have one more. I do have a final first. And
Do I win best Josh?
This is a fun because I mentioned it sort of. And my final best and first and lasty goes to the Piccolo Award,
Ooh.
Best Piccolo.
best Piccolo.
You mentioned
Um,
this sort of. That's
So
true.
there was the Strain.
Yeah,
There
the
was
Strain
another
had
one, though.
There's
Stargate
Ba-
There was
SG-1.
SG-1.
There's more though. Babylon 5 had a Piccolo,
Yeah, I
didn't
think
it?
Babylon 5 had one.
Did you like specifically pick out Piccolos in each episode? Because like
Does-
I'm trying to think.
We
Not
talked
every-
about
well,
Piccolos
well, not
a
every-
lot.
not every
Does
show-
Balky in Perfect Strangers count as a Piccolo?
He's
foreign.
He probably technically is an alien, according to United States. Yeah.
Like, do you ever
'Cause
see
I-
a Piccolo?
Well, because
True.
the definition of a Piccolo is like a very helpful alien character, essentially.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I was literally thinking of the
Kind of a
musical
turned,
instrument.
kind of an alien that's
And-
turned.
and-
I thought you were
and-
talking about the music.
and
What's star?
and out of your
The tiny flute is what we're not talking about.
I'm so confused about.
my-
I was like, who pulled out a flute?
There's no
Like, what?
no John Philip Sousa in this podcast.
listeners of this series know what a Piccolo is.
I have listened, but I don't
No, they
always
don't.
They probably don't.
pay attention to every comment.
It refers to Dragon Ball Z. Piccolo is a Namek from planet
Really?
Namek.
Yeah.
He comes to Earth and he helps out them fighting like
Yeah.
the aliens.
But he starts off as an adversary.
and he
then
starts off,
joins them.
Piccolos.
I'm sure-
Piccolos generally start off as kind of like sort of adversarial, and then
Yeah.
they become good guys and help you out. But they're foreigners from a foreign land, starting out
Do they
adversarial
call
and
them
becoming good.
Piccolos?
No, we do
Oh.
That's
We
the name
call
of
him
the
that
character,
because-
Piccolo.
because Piccolo is our like
It's the
our,
token that
our
character.
archetype
Yeah.
for that
Got
type
it,
of character.
got it.
It's
I'm with
probably
you.
like a Harry Potter version of like, what's the bad house? Who's like
Me and Joe-
actually
Oh,
ends
like
up
a
being good. It's
Slytherin?
probably like a Slytherin that actually ends up like helpful,
Me and Joe have never seen,
and that would be
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I'm just saying there's got to be like a example
Less
of that
anime
that like
explanation?
everyone
I'm sorry.
would
Everybody
know.
has seen Dragon Ball Z.
Luke has, but I have not.
Who? Luke Z?
Yeah, we should call him up. JK.
Well, what's the?
Okay, so what's the best Piccolo?
Luke Ball
What's
Z.
What's my best Piccolo?
we didn't watch Next Gen because
Worf.
it's not Worf.
Don't guess shows that we haven't watched. There's only a couple shows you can pick from.
I'm guessing Perfect Strangers with Bulky.
Entourage. Didn't Turtle get good or something?
You didn't start.
I don't think you
bad.
understand the concept, but that's okay.
I'm gonna
That's okay.
say.
He started really dumb.
Wait,
I don't know.
is it? So we're guessing the character from the
Character.
show.
Yep, the character.
I'm gonna say Bulk and Skull from Alien Rangers,
Oh,
who become cops.
okay.
They're in a way. They're not like foreign, but they do start adversarial and then become good.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're like at least a half Piccolo. They would be honorary Piccolos, I would say.
Yeah,
You're
for
wrong.
What's the average size Piccolo? Are we gonna talk about that?
Well, when I
Average
think of a Piccolo, I don't think of my Piccolo.
That joke's just for us.
Teok from Stargate
okay.
SG-1.
Okay, nice.
Ooh,
I
Yep.
thought
He's
that-
kind of the OG Piccolo where we started talking about that, right?
Yeah, he's pretty much the originator of the Piccolo talk for us. I don't think that show earned a lot of respect
or listeners.
from me or whatever, but I think
Yeah.
that show definitely had one of the stronger pilots, to be honest, that
Yeah.
we saw. That pilot made me super wanting before we
yeah.
watched the final. And
And
then we
then the
watched the
finale
finale
killed it.
and it was shitty as hell.
Yeah, rough.
But Teok was in the whole thing, and he was a bad guy in the first one, and he slightly turned in the end, and then at the end he was still there being a good guy.
Yep.
It
And I
showed
was-
a
and
big cult following, and so
Stargate's dope, and I bet that show's really good. But
The
just
idea
that
is
first and last
great.
was bad.
yeah.
That was a potential runner up that almost beat Felicity,
Ah.
but Clips
Ooh.
show.
Nothing was gonna beat Felicity for you,
No, it wasn't. I was really mad at
listeners
Felicity.
at home.
But yeah, Teok.
They're not
Teok
falling
from
for that.
Stargate SG-1.
Good pick.
Okay, I got one more.
And this is our
Ooh.
final First and Lastie.
Final First and Lastie for the night is the show, the show that caused physical illness.
I feel like they
Okay.
all know.
Do you remember what it was?
Well, here's Joe, stop me if you don't want me to keep telling this, but
Oh no!
I don't know what show it was we were watching, but we ordered tacos one night, and Joe ate a taco, and we finished recording, and Joe said to us off air, I almost had to emergency poop in the middle of that because I think that burrito was like bad or something.
I remember
or, like,
that
whatever.
burrito. I remember that moment. I don't remember the show.
I don't remember the
it was.
show.
Where did you get the burrito from?
The Taco Cat.
Yeah, it was
Oh
taco.
shit!
It was a
It's the only
special.
we get tacos from one place.
Yeah. What do you mean? Where did we get tacos from?
But then there was another night where like I was like very fevery. And I was also
Oh.
sick then too.
Oh, that was a good
I also
one,
don't
too.
remember
And
what
I-
You
show
were
that
really
was.
good in that episode, and I was so worried about you. I listened to it.
Is it from one of those two shows?
Yeah, it is.
Dang it. So we can remember the actual days. We
Yeah,
can't
I don't
remember
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
I like they're both you though.
In fact, the award really is show that caused Joe physical illness. Best
what
and
is it?
Lastie. This is gonna be every season. This what show
Causes
causes
Joe
Joe physical illness.
Was it Lost?
No.
Felicity? I'm trying to think about timeline of when
I
we
thought
left
Joe was.
town.
I thought you were sick and Lost. I thought that was
No.
when you were sick.
Because both
He may have
times
been, but
it
I
was-
wasn't here for that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Jimmy
yeah,
was
yeah.
here for both of them.
I
So.
was.
Okay, what was it? I gotta know.
The first and lasty goes to Joe's fever dreams in Perfect Strangers.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing purple men and something about show me your feet, purple man. But I'm really glad that you told Joe's poop story, even though that wasn't it.
It's a near miss. It was a near miss.
We generally have a rule here that if we say a story or talk about something and you don't want it on air, you can I'll edit it out, but that's not getting edited out.
You say that, but it's yet to actually happen.
No one's ever told
No
me to
one's
edit
ever-
something out.
I have told you to edit things out like 100 times.
You're
Maybe
not-
you'll
you're
just
not-
bleep it so it's
Actually-
like, oh yeah, that one time Joe had to beep his pants.
No, Joe has actually. There's been 1 or 2 times where someone has said, "Don't put this on," and I have not put it on.
Just not when I do it.
Well, you're just saying your name.
Oh, man.
Those are
Okay.
the first and lasties.
That concludes the
First
First
and
and
Woo!
Lasties. We did
That's
it.
a good
So-
overview.
We only have one more thing to do before we head out of season 1 and head into season 2.
Yeah.
And that
There's
is
2 things
Oh, wow.
well, one is to tell who won.
to announce the winners. We also had
Winners?
some
Predictions?
season 2 predicts.
Yeah, winners.
Season 2, first and last season predicts.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I want to know the
Which
winner.
one do you want to do first? You want to know
Winner.
the winner right now?
Winner?
I bet Barry beats me.
Do you have everybody?
No. Yeah, I do. I have
Nice.
every single person who's been on the show.
Should you want to start with? I mean, why don't you start from bottom to
I'll
top?
start from bottom. That's
Ooh.
fun.
Well, because but when you get to 3, how does it go? You go 3, 1, 2. I don't know. Because if you say 2, then everyone
you
knows
just really
who
wanna
win.
Win this.
Sure.
No, so you go to bottom,
Yeah,
go to 3,
okay.
and then
I'm
do
following.
number 1.
Okay, so tied at last is our friend Barry on his SG1 episode, and my wife Michelle on the Doogie Howser episode. Next,
How many
is-
points? Do you have any points? Do you have points?
yeah,
Right at 1.
they each had 1 point.
Oh, I thought you were just tied. I stopped listening to you.
Those
apparently.
also
I knew
earlier
I knew I
episodes-
wasn't last, so I didn't listen.
They're both earlier episodes. We maybe weren't predicting as many things. Next is Nick Space, who was some sort of savant. He's an anime savant.
He
And
is.
We watched the anime
True.
Code Geass, I think it's pronounced.
Geass.
Geass.
Not Code Goose.
I thought
And
it was.
he hit almost every single thing he predicted in the whole show, and he had 3.75 off one show.
That's good
It's
for
impressive.
a show.
Which we gotta calm down and have a Nick come on the show if he's
Good.
gonna do that.
Good for one show.
Next is Claire
Woo!
at 6.5,
Now
Yeah,
topping
not
off those
bad.
guest hosts by quite a margin.
I also didn't think the points were being counted, and I never took predictions
Yeah, it
seriously.
really-
None of us did till about episode 24.
Yeah, it really started off as more of like a whose line is it anyway? As giving out points, but the points don't matter.
Yes.
If you've watched the show, you should. It's great. So, episode 3, the third person, or in third place, I should say, is somehow. Is there a drum roll? You're gonna edit
Oh.
in a drum roll.
Yeah, you just clap in front of the microphone, Claire.
God,
That's how you roll drums.
you were peeking out so much,
Wait, I don't know.
and then I was peeking out from laughing at you.
Third place.
Okay, third place is somehow Josh.
Yeah.
that makes
Who's
sense.
What do you
been in
mean?
every the only
Yay!
person to be in every single.
I get what you're saying.
Episode.
Dude, I'm terrible at predictions.
Here's the thing, you have the most wild predictions.
Yes, they're
Your
great.
predictions
Oh,
are fun and funny.
yeah, I'm
and
trying to be entertaining
you're
for the crew.
You're reaching for the points that no one else is gonna get.
Mm-hmm. You're like getting that 3-pointer.
Except they're
He's
only worth
shooting
one,
threes,
even if
he's
I get
missing.
them.
No matter what.
He's shooting threes, but he's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take them. It's fun form.
Like not even hitting the backboard,
Not even a
just
little
like a.
Okay, so then I do number 1. Is that right?
Yep.
Wait.
Now doing no, because what if he says
Oh,
number
wait.
2? We're just gonna know who gets number 1. So it's between
so
Jimmy
it's like the
and
Miss
Joe.
Universe competition.
So between me
or
and
whatever
Joe.
they
Yeah.
do.
Don't Harvey
Here
it up.
she
to-
comes.
Don't Harvey this.
Miss First and Last, or whatever it is. It's Joe.
I am Miss First and Last.
Yeah.
Do you have a speech prepared?
How many points did I get total?
Oh, sorry. 22.25.
God, 25 fucking episodes, and I average less than. Does Joe average at least more than 1 point an episode?
Yeah.
Joe got. I'm gonna guess, Joe, you got 28.5 points.
No, I think I got 32.
Just balling.
Recount it.
He got 26. He got one more than we had, but he also wasn't here for every episode.
But yeah, that's true. But I'm going off 25 at
I'm
least.
just a shot caller.
He's a shot caller.
So 26.
And
And
does
then
that mean, Jimmy, that you had 25?
No.
Oh, I think
I wish I did.
Jimmy's in second though with how many
I'm in
points?
second with 24.25.
Not bad.
Yes. And thank you to the anonymous fan who counted up these points and tweeted them to us.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate that.
You're just
We
trying to
salute
get
you.
that First and Lastie for Twitter nominations or Twitter comments.
Yeah.
It's already been given out.
Yeah, this
Twitter mentions.
this still counts as season 1, Joe. So you can't get the First and Lastie for that. Awesome. And what's this? Well, congratulations, Joe. I mean,
Thank you.
congratulations,
You did it.
order. I'll be honest. I was here for every episode. I should have won. I'm just fucking. I'm just terrible at
You'll
this.
get him next time.
I don't see my guesses getting any more conservative as time goes on.
They've stayed pretty consistent.
Yeah. I
appreciate
mean,
that.
Joe had 1 3-pointer and then eventually fucking got it with the octopus monster.
You've a lot of zeros that didn't help you.
I know I had 1 or 2 shows that I literally know. I know I
Well,
got
you
zeros.
also saw a lot of shows, which is
That also hurt.
that. Then you can't.
Saw a couple.
make
Yeah, well, yeah,
predicts.
and I'm gonna give lightning questions out that give other people points instead of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Well, how do we calculate the lightning points? Did you add those in?
Yeah,
I forget.
yeah, they're
There's
points.
a lot of
Yeah.
texting about
Yeah,
it.
did the random fan
we did
add those in?
We did add lightning round points. We did add pre-first show, pre-pilot predictions.
I would say
We had
wow.
some of those of shows that we hadn't seen at all.
it only benefits Joe mostly because I usually I only ask Joe this question, but if there is a show that none of us have seen and I say, Joe, what happens in the first episode? And if he somehow says the whole thing correctly, that's 10 points. Right?
That's a good point.
All right, we are just going. This is the longest episode
We need
ever.
to-
But it
wrap.
feels real long.
So do we have some quick season 2 predicts?
Yeah.
Can you guys do? Because I didn't come up with anything. I didn't know what you meant by this.
Here's the
so-
thing. I didn't come up with anything either, but I bet I could come up with something right now.
I came up with some
I
stuff.
came up with some stuff. I followed the rules.
All right.
I read Joe's email fully.
Okay, you guys first then.
Claire?
I feel like there's gonna be some more Power Ranger episodes.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because you guys
course.
like those a lot.
Well, there's a lot of seasons of Power Rangers.
I could probably look up and tell you what episode's going to be.
Zio's next.
I would really.
Yeah, Geo.
I don't even.
Z. God damn it.
Limestone and
So I'm just predicting some Power Rangers.
Can I predict that there's gonna be 25
Wait,
episodes in
question.
season 2?
question. Can I halt after that? Are these predictions worth points at the end of season 2?
Oh
we
my
go
gosh,
back and listen
Jimmy.
to these and these
Ooh.
add on.
We'll give you points for you.
Yeah.
For you.
Let's do it.
Wait, only Jimmy's points?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Thank you,
It's
Claire.
like bonus points for Jimmy.
No, that's already. It's not points.
You
If
got second
only I
place.
get them.
Yeah, sure. You can have whatever you want.
Yank, yank. Okay, I'll go. Okay, so we had a lot of lulls, had a lot of laughs this season.
Yeah.
I think season 2, we're gonna have our first real tears.
Oh,
great.
Wow.
Like
Okay.
maybe we like This Is Us like finished and we watched. I've heard there's a lot of tears in that show.
That's what they say.
That's my season.
Like
that's one of my
Parenthood's
season 2
over,
predictions.
right? Or no?
I don't know.
I feel like that's a tier
I've never
show.
seen that show.
Me neither.
I always think I don't know. I think we've talked about this in this podcast, but anytime anyone talked about parenthood, like in my past before doing this show, and I started to learn more about TV, I thought they were talking about. I thought it was Modern Family, which is a comedy.
Oh.
So I don't know what Parenthood is.
There isn't any comedy in Parenthood. I've heard people talk about that show.
Oh,
Oh,
Feel like it's
we'll
gonna be
probably
on
stay
the
tuned,
list.
listeners.
I think one of us is going to go through a major life change during season 2.
oh.
What does it even mean?
I don't know. We'll climb that mountain when we get to
I
it.
feel like I want to make a prediction
major
about that,
life
but I'm not going to
change.
do
Like,
it.
where's the line? Where do we draw the line?
I'm gonna say a major life change that we don't all already know about, kind of thing.
Like
you know?
enough
Okay.
that you need to
Like we already know Joe's gonna have a baby.
No.
Whoa.
Joe's
I
pregnant.
said Joe, not Claire.
No
It was a
babies.
joke about a man being pregnant because that's not a biological thing that
Joe
can
can
happen.
figure out how to make it work. I don't know.
Challenge,
You never seen that movie with
Junior.
Arnold
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger, right?
Junior.
Arnold? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that movie. It's a movie. It's not real life.
Huh.
I don't know. I'm really.
I thought it was a documentary
Noted.
filmed in real time.
Jimmy's been thinking this whole season we've been watching small documentaries about other people's lives. I can't believe they
What else
blew
we
up a
got?
fucking space station. That's
Well,
crazy.
I'm
got
really
any other-
excited for season 2 because when I'm on it, I'm gonna be asking the fans for their recommendations, their show picks.
God, I hope they listen to you because
Hopefully they're on the Twitter.
Hit us up on Twitter at F&L Podcast.
I do have a small list of my father-in-law's wishes that we do.
Oh well, that's
That's
great.
on my short
I should
list.
have let you know.
Wait,
About
was
this.
that it for your predicts?
No, I have one more.
Okay.
But yeah, so I predict that there's gonna be some fan picks because it's gonna happen.
Nice.
Because I already have them lined up.
Oh wait, I have two more.
Ooh,
one
yay.
is for Claire that she will have a best episode next season.
Yeah, I will.
That she'll have one that she attaches to. But my other one is we will find Josh a new Frasier in season 2.
Hope.
Okay.
God, I want that so bad. Of course.
I think it could have happened season 1. I think you just didn't bite. I think Doogie Howser could have been your new Frasier.
Did
I
you
think.
see
Well,
all
I
the
think
mo-
I had a Frasier, so I didn't need a new Frasier.
Exactly.
Especially, every show was at a mild detriment while I was actually watching Frasier.
Okay, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You cannot compare Doogie Howser to Frasier. I'm going to stand up for this right now.
Oh, there's no
Did
way
you
it's
first
as
and
good.
last Doogie Howser?
I did First and Last Doogie Howser.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Wow, not as good
I don't
as
know.
Frasier.
I'm just
We
saying
pre-watched that.
I'm just saying I was using it as an example. I think there were some really good
I feel
shows
like a Home
this season.
Improvement. I would have felt
Community
could
could
yeah.
have been you knew Frasier
I
because it
think
was
that-
mine
I
because
think
I
I've-
finished it and I still haven't finished Frasier.
I think a big reason why I didn't go into Community after we watched it was because I was still watching Frasier.
Yeah,
I think about Community every once in a while now.
I paused.
Like it's something that I I should watch it, but I'm like, maybe it's too far gone.
Yeah.
nah,
Bring it
man,
back, Joe.
never.
You're not Joe. He's Josh. I'm talking to the wrong people.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, whoever's speaking, watch Community. Whoever's listening.
So I've got like a quick 3.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
3 things I
Whip 'em
think
out.
we'll see in season 2.
By the way, I want to point out that we have no plan for season 2 whatsoever.
No.
So
So here we go.
So
Yeah,
we're
so
making
these are
we're
predictions.
making predictions.
If
people
we had
are
a plan, we couldn't predict things.
yeah, I just love that people are probably like, you have
Would be
fucking
just
25.
wrong.
You have 25 TV shows written down already. We have no clue
All right.
except for the future one that I accidentally said because we taped it last week.
Nah.
But that's
I
neither
just
here nor
made
there.
all my predictions about that episode. So 3 things that we're gonna see in season 2. Number 1, dinosaurs.
Yes.
Number,
The show or just
just a dinosaur in the
okay.
first and last of a TV show that we watch. Number 2, basketball. We see a basketball. And number 3, Chicago.
Wait. Is it we watch a show that has basketball in it, or we just see a basketball in
in the next
TV show?
year.
Like we see a physical basketball.
I don't know
No, a
that we've
basketball
seen
in
a
a show.
basketball yet.
Yeah, we haven't. And
How
I don't
high-
think we've seen dinosaurs yet either.
How
right?
high is the fruit?
Lost. Doesn't that have a dinosaur?
Lost
smoke
doesn't have
monster?
dinosaurs.
No.
Oh,
it
whatever.
You don't
They never
even-
told me what the smoke monster
It has a
was.
polar bear. How high is the fruit in season 2?
Like this high.
Family Matters, way too high.
shoulder height.
So yeah, dinosaur, basketball, Chicago.
Hey,
That's my
what-
third prediction.
Question: Are you
Is it because you're gonna pick a Chicago
gonna make
show?
all those things happen?
No, he's not allowed. I think that these
Yeah.
should all be things he's not allowed to pick. So if it's his week to pick the show, that doesn't count.
I mean, I'll be honest. I won't remember any of the things he's saying after everyone leaves.
Jimmy
tonight.
will.
These are all things I thought of just now. I said dinosaur because there's a dinosaur head right there.
Where's the basketball?
there is
There isn't one.
for listeners at home. There's a dinosaur helmet in our presence.
It's way bigger than a helmet.
What else would you call it?
A costume?
It's like a headgear. Almost, it's like it's a
It's
big
a dinosaur head that you put on your head.
yeah, but it's not a helmet.
Are you guys gonna
It's
put
like
a
the
picture
definition
on
of a
Twitter?
helmet. Something you put on.
It's really not important.
All right.
Bye.
No.
Hope you enjoyed season 1.
Yeah, I hope you guys like season 1 a lot. Hope you enjoyed the First and Lasties. If for some reason, Joe, they want to tell us what show to watch in season 2, or maybe say, hey, you should have given X First and Lassie to X show. How can they tell us those things?
Just like meet us at Up Down and just find us.
I mean, if you're in Minneapolis, that's a great way to do it. However, if
Just
they
look for
live
the
in
guys. Look for the guys playing ice cold beer and just be like, "Hey, you know what show you should watch?
you're helpful. But what about on the internet?
FNL Podcast at Gmail and Twitter
And Facebook.
and Facebook.
Oh, wow.
And
Yep.
it's at F&L Podcast. on Facebook, too.
Facebook.com/FNL podcast.
On the
Send Claire a
iTunes,
message on
Stitcher,
Facebook. She'll get it.
I won't.
on the YouTubes.
But if I did get a random message, I'd probably get on Facebook just to check it for you guys.
I
Case.
post them on Facebook all the time. I don't
Oh.
see you liking those posts.
Let me be honest. I don't get on the Facebook. But I will, because I'm
just
going to
said
like
that.
and subscribe everything
Like
about
and subscribe.
this. So much liking, so much subscribing.
Like and subscribe.
All right.
All right, Jimmy, you wanna?
We had a moment of silence. Like, this
No,
is getting
what? No, you guys
weird.
got weird. I was just gonna ask Jimmy to sing us out.
Like that.
Oh, the recap
Nah,
song.
man, you know what I mean.
Recap.
See you guys on season 2. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you all.
I think season 2 prediction is Josh finds God. I think we watched Touched by an Angel, and Josh feeling some of them, and then Josh is really feeling those. All of a sudden, all of Josh's shows are weirdly religious, like daytime TV shows. Eventually, we're just watching that weird like Catholic daytime TV local channel. It's just like a mass. We're just watching like a mass on TV at the Basilica.